They say the lake keeps secrets. That when the wind cuts across Lake Michigan at night, it carries voices no one else can hear. The night my brother disappeared, my phone rang once and went dead. And I knew, with a certainty that made my hands shake, that something had already gone wrong. By morning, the water had frozen solid, and so had the truth. The night my brother disappeared, my phone rang once and went dead. When I called back, someone answered and breathed my name like a warning. By morning, the lake had frozen over, and so had every truth I thought I knew. I grew up on the south side of Milwaukee, where the houses lean into each other and secrets live in the basements. My brother, Evan Morales, was the brave one. He smiled easy, worked 2 jobs, and kept our mom from worrying too much. I was the cautious one. I taught English at a public high school and locked my doors twice. Evan drove rideshare at night. It paid better than the warehouse, he said, and he liked the stories. "Everyone tells you something in the car," he used to say, even when they don't mean to. The night he vanished, he was supposed to drop off a drunk couple near Bayview and come home. He never did. By Tuesday, the police had his car. They found it abandoned under the Juan Bridge, keys still in the ignition, driver's door open like he'd stepped out for a second. There was blood on the back seat, not much enough. Detective Ruth Keller came to my apartment with a paper cup of bad coffee and eyes that had seen too many winters. She asked the same questions in different ways. Had Evan been acting strange? Any enemies? Any debts? I told her the truth as I knew it. Evan was late on rent sometimes. He helped Mom with medical bills. He was seeing a woman named Lena. Or maybe 2 women. He was human. Ruth nodded, wrote it down, and said the words you never want to hear. "We'll do everything we can." That night, I went through Evan's things. His jacket still smelled like cheap cologne and cold air. In the pocket, I found a receipt for a storage unit. Cash payment month to month. Unit 3115. The place was on the edge of West Alice, gray and anonymous. I cut the lock with bolt cutters I borrowed from my neighbor. Inside were boxes labeled in Evan's handwriting. Clothed old photos. And a duffel bag heavy enough to pull my arm down. Inside, cash. More than I'd ever seen in one place. Stacked, rubber-banded, careful. At the bottom was a burner phone. I stared at it like it might bite me. The phone had one saved contact. K. There were messages. Short, cold. Pick up tonight, no mistakes. You know what happens if you talk. My hands shook so hard I had to sit on the concrete floor. Evan hadn't just disappeared. He'd been involved in something bad. Something organized. When I turned the phone on, it buzzed immediately. "Unknown number, you found it." I dropped it. Then I picked it up. Me. "Who is this? Unknown." "The person who warned him." "The person you should listen to." My stomach hollowed out. "Unknown, go to 6th and National. Alone. Midnight." I should have called the police. I didn't. I told myself it was to protect Evan. The truth was uglier. I needed answers more than I needed safety. Midnight came with snow. The streetlights made everything orange and unreal. A black SUV idled at the curb. The window rolled down. A woman sat behind the wheel. Mid-30s, sharp eyes, calm smile. "You're not Evan," she said. "You're the brother." "Where is he?" I asked. She sighed. "Evan got greedy." Or scared, maybe both. She told me he'd been moving money for a local crew. Small time, she said, but violent when crossed. Cash pickups from riders who weren't really riders. Packages that weren't packages. He wanted out, she said. That's when things go wrong. My throat burned. "Is he alive?" She didn't answer. She handed me an envelope instead. Inside was a flash drive. "Watch it," she said. "Then decide who you want to be." The SUV pulled away, leaving exhaust and silence. At home, I plugged the drive into my laptop. The video started shaky, dark. Evan's voice filled the room. "If you're seeing this," he said, "it means I didn't make it back." I covered my mouth. I messed up. I took money I shouldn't have, but I did it for Mom, for you. I thought I could fix it. The video cut to a different angle. Evan was sitting across from someone I couldn't see. Then a voice spoke, a voice I knew too well. "Mine. I just need time," the voice said. "We can't keep waiting." I froze. My skin went cold. The video ended. I watched it again and again. The voice was unmistakable. Same cadence. Same nervous breath before speaking. But I'd never been there. Never said those words. Or had I? Memories shifted, blurry at the edges. Late night calls. Evan asking for help. Me saying no, me saying yes. Me saying things I didn't want to remember. I called Detective Keller. She listened without interrupting. When she spoke, her voice was softer. "We think Evan recorded you without your knowledge. Or someone edited the audio. Why? I whispered. Because, she said, they need a fall guy. 2 days later, they found Evan. Lake Michigan had given him back near Bradford Beach. The coroner said he'd been alive when he went into the water. The details felt like knives. At the funeral, Lena stood alone. She hugged me too tight. I'm sorry, she said. I tried to stop him. That night, Lena came to my apartment. She brought wine, she cried. Then she told me the truth. She was Kay. She'd been working with Evan to get out. To disappear, the video was insurance. But he panicked, she said. He went to meet them without telling me. Why frame me? I asked. Because they already had you, she said. Your voice, your text. You helped more than you remember. The room tilted, I remembered now. Evan begging, me wiring money. Me asking questions I shouldn't have asked. I didn't know, I said. I didn't know it was criminal. She nodded. That's how it starts. The police came the next morning. Detective Keller's eyes were sad. They charged me with conspiracy. The case dragged on, months. My job put me on leave. Mom stopped talking to me. The world shrank to concrete and fear. Then, one morning, Ruth visited me again. We arrested Lena, she said. She cut a deal. My chest tightened. She gave us everything, Ruth continued. Including proof you tried to pull Evan out. That you didn't know the full scope. What about the video? I asked. Fake, she said. Good one, but fake. The charges were dropped, quietly. I walked out into the sun, free but hollow. It's been a year. I still work. Mom and I talk carefully. The lake freezes and thaws. Sometimes my phone rings once and stops. I don't answer unknown numbers anymore. But when I drive at night, past the bridge, I think about Evan. About how easy it is to slide into darkness, thinking you're doing the right thing. And I wonder how many stories are still riding around this city, waiting for someone brave or desperate enough to listen. Truth doesn't always come with closure. Sometimes it just leaves a mark. If you enjoy dark, atmospheric stories, subscribe and stay with the channel. The next story is already waiting.